Hello, and thank you for joining in today. Today's video will be all about serotonin. What is serotonin? What is the purpose in our body for it? And how do we create it naturally on our own? Serotonin is one of the many neurotransmitters found in the brain and is responsible for carrying information throughout the brain. Serotonin is widely made in the stomach. About 90 to 95% of serotonin is produced by the food that we eat. Later in the video, I will go over particular foods that can lead to the production of serotonin. Creating enough serotonin for the brain to utilize is very important because serotonin regulates a lot of body systems, including your sleep-wake cycle, appetite, cognition, learning and retaining information, as well as your mood production. So serotonin is very important for those things to function appropriately. When serotonin is depleted in the brain, oftentimes the effect of that is foggy brain, sleep interruptions, poor mood, poor ability to remember things, and also there may be some appetite issues, either reduced appetite or increased appetite. So today, let's talk about 5 ways that you can improve your serotonin intake naturally. This is without the use of typical antidepressant medications. This can work for mild to moderate depression or anxiety. First way that you can improve the serotonin availability in your brain would be, first, what I mentioned before, is in your gut. So worrying about the things that you're eating. One huge amino acid that is the precursor for serotonin is tryptophan. Tryptophan is found in a lot of your meats, chicken, turkey, salmon, fish, things like that. Some leafy green vegetables, some nuts. So increasing your tryptophan intake can really help the natural production in your stomach of serotonin. So what happens is the tryptophan then is turned into 5-HTP, another chemical that then is transferred through the blood-brain barrier from your stomach to your brain, and then that is converted into serotonin, which then can be utilized by the brain. The excess then is then transitioned into melatonin, which helps with your sleep. In addition to adding tryptophan to your diet, by adding carbohydrates such as potatoes, pastas, bread, popcorn, that increases your insulin level, which then allows the tryptophan to be absorbed into the body, therefore going on its cycle to create serotonin. The second way to increase serotonin in your brain naturally is through exercise. Exercise gets the blood pumping, the heart pumping, gets things flowing naturally, and therefore the chemicals in your brain tend to fire at a quicker rate. So therefore it's not creating more serotonin, but it's allowing your body to utilize the serotonin more effectively. The third way to improve serotonin naturally in the brain would be through vitamin D and or sunlight. Sunlight, as the sun enters the eyes, it allows for serotonin to be released. It signals the brain, and serotonin is then released through the brain and through your system. That is the reason why oftentimes in the winter people are affected by seasonal affective disorder or winter depression because of the lack of sunlight. If that is something that is interesting you, I have another video on seasonal affective disorder and the use of light therapy. The fourth way to improve serotonin naturally would be through massage. There are studies that show massage improves the ability for the serotonin to be released in the mind. Some of these studies show that it is the manipulation of your muscles, and some of the studies believe that it is the touch alone that helps the serotonin then be activated in your brain and throughout your body. The last and final way to increase serotonin naturally in the mind would be through stress reduction. By reducing your stress, you also reduce your cortisol levels. Cortisol is our stress hormone, which is helpful in the mornings to help us wake up. However, throughout the day, it actually depletes the ability for serotonin to function appropriately in the mind. So by reducing our stress, allows for our serotonin to then move around the brain the way that it needs to, as opposed to being affected by attending so much to the cortisol. So I hope these tips and tricks were helpful for you in understanding how serotonin is needed by our body, is produced in our stomach, but used in our brain, and how this helps our overall way of functioning, improves your mood, your ability to sleep, your ability to think, and manage your appetite. So to recap, there are 5 ways to increase your serotonin levels naturally in your mind. The first way is through your food, increasing tryptophan intake and your carbohydrate intake, which allows the tryptophan to be absorbed into the body. Exercise, vitamin D, massage or some sort of touch therapy, and stress reduction. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and see you all next time.